This project almost broke me.
Why did I build it like this? How do people even do this?
This is a story of my sad, crumbling old concrete patio. I use this back entrance all day long. It's old, filled with holes small animals enjoy, with a little table I got rid of last week. I filled some holes, started repainting the dark blue door, which makes this area feel darker than it already is, and now I'm going to attempt to make this whole area pretty. Let's get some materials. I picked up some wood. This is definitely the longest and heaviest pile of wood I've transported, and I still need to buy more. I'm starting my first real outdoor project this summer. I'm making a deck to lighten up and transform this dark area, but I'm starting with a quick paint because this thin layer of white primer on top of the old blue is really bothering me. I bought traditional linseed oil paint and I found some really nice colors for the trim and door. I mixed a very small amount of my jar is too small. Oh, this color is such a relief. I think this is going to be really cute. Okay, I think I'm really liking this green. Time to start the real project. The idea is simple. Cover the concrete patio with wood. But there are some complexities. The clearance between the existing patio and bottom of the door doesn't allow for sleepers. Basically a timber framework on top of the concrete on which you would build your deck. It doesn't even allow for the nice 28mm wood, only the 22mm. As a solution, I found this oil. It smells like I'm laying a new asphalt road. It creates a water repellent surface which I'll brush onto the underside of the planks that get close to the concrete. I'm also adding 2mm plastic spacers so the planks won't actually touch the concrete. I think this is a pretty decent solution. The patio also has a roof, a really ugly roof that needs replacing, but a roof nonetheless, so it doesn't really get wet all that much. Another challenge is self-imposed because I really want this deck to be just a little bit bigger. So instead of just cladding the existing patio and stairs, I'm extending it on all sides by about 300mm, a foot. Just to make life a little bit more difficult, but I think it will be worth it. I'm in this strange spot because I don't know how to continue. I'm missing some materials. I can't really do anything. I need more wood, screws, so maybe I need to go into town again. It's a little bit too hectic in the shop to do any filming, but I picked up another mini load of wood. So this mini deck patio area is happening. I got myself some wood, groceries and packages. I got myself some really nice wood for the stair threads. I have more clearance, so I can deal with the thickness. And then I got some plain impregnated wood for some of the cover-up pieces. This project is actually really quite overwhelming me. I don't really know how to start. I'm trying to break everything up so I do small jobs one at a time. I spent some time trying to do a drawing, looking up some references of how people build steps, and I think I have a solution. I'm trying to keep it simple because I tend to make everything more difficult and it doesn't need to be. Well, I don't know. I'm trying to keep it simple. So I think what I'm going to do is first cut all the pieces that I need. And once they're all cut, I can try and start putting this puzzle together. The original stairs are in really bad condition and uneven, so this isn't as straightforward as it might seem. Okay, the idea is to try and create steps like this, which I think is going to work. So now I'm going to repeat this process for the next 2 steps. Okay, something like this. This crazy thunder is happening right now. I want to finish this before I go inside. But it's kind of scary. Go, go, go! Okay, that's a general idea. I think I'm going to put some of that waterproof paint on everything that sort of gets close to the concrete. Now that I have a giant 3-litre bucket, let's use it. Now I have the main stair pieces ready, but they're also wider than the existing stairs, so for the far end I'm making a single piece of framework. The idea is that this will connect the new stairs and solidify the whole contraption. I started putting some pieces down. I'm trying to figure out this floor, and it's a little bit tricky because this concrete is so uneven, and I have these spaces that I'm going to put underneath, but I only have 2 mil ones. I have 30 of these, and I'm realizing that I might need a lot more. Unfortunately, this tar oil has also been bleeding out quite a bit, and there's quite a few spots where it's visible on the top side of the planks, which is a bit unfortunate because I am trying to make this area look nicer, but it is what it is. I'm sure once it's down I won't be looking at it. It's a little bit of a jungle down here. Most of it is these wild raspberry bushes. I reckon most people would cut this down, but raspberries are amazing. But it does mean that it's just wild. I'm adding a couple of extra supports to take this extension. It doesn't really need to be structural because nobody's going to be walking on this. I'm going to make a little table or some storage on this side, but I do want it to, you know, be stable enough. It seems like I finally found a use for my hammer drill. Okay, I have to admit, I'm quite surprised that actually worked. I have more good news. I found out that I can sand away some of this oil that bled through. I thought it was really soaked up into the wood, but it's not on the surface. The clearance underneath the door isn't big enough to put a doormat on top of the wood. So then I have a doormat which is going to sit perfectly here. Right now I'm still in pretty good spirits. Despite the weather doing some crazy things, I'm moving forward, getting the pieces together, trying to keep myself together, and things are actually taking shape. I successfully fixed the framework to the concrete for the extension, and I'm laying the first pieces of floor. Oh dear, how am I going to do this? This is such a ridiculous idea. Oh gosh. I added spacers at regular intervals, and now I'm screwing the planks into the extension. On the side of the house though, I will have to screw the loose ends down into the old concrete, which is about to be an interesting adventure. This is only the third hole, and I've hit something I absolutely can't get through. I've been trying for 20 minutes or something. I think this is all, like, it's all mixed with rocks, stones. I've got this concrete drill bit that I got specifically for this, but maybe it's not the correct type. I think I got it. I do not like this. We don't like this, okay? We don't like this. Ugh. I think I have to temporarily give up on screwing this down into the concrete. I'm able to get through the first concrete layer, and then it just hits something that it just does not get through. I'm going to have to lay the rest of the floor while I try to find new drill bits that can take hard rock. Okay, I feel like I might be regretting all of my life choices here. This is really bad. Why did I build it like this? They're so crumbling so much. You almost need to fix the stairs before you can build on top of them. I have no idea how I'm going to make this ever so slightly level. It doesn't have to be level, it just needs to sort of be level in a way that you don't fall off the stairs. And it just seems like the most precarious thing ever. I don't know what to do. I'm also really desperate to finish this in the next few days. So it's adding a level of, I don't know, of just that. I'm sort of surprised I can sit on this without this collapsing, so that's a good start. I've got a stairs that I can sit on. You can't walk on it, but I can sit on it. So maybe I should just make this my sitting steps. At this point, I'm trying very hard to be friends with my stairs, but I'm struggling. The problem is that while my method for stair making isn't bad, the framework really needs a flat surface to sit on, and the old stairs are anything but. So I have to find a way to not only level it, but also keep the elements stable. One way I'm leveling the steps is by shaving off the tops. My jigsaw isn't the best tool because the cuts end up quite slanted, but once I fix the planks it shouldn't be an issue. The bottom steps need a bit more work because I'll be resting those on tiles, and I want to reuse the ones already lying there, which need to be relaid and leveled. So I figured out which job I like the least. Leveling tiles. I mean, who came up with this? It's ridiculous. I think I spent about an hour just leveling that one tile in the corner.
How do people even do this? I feel like I'm dying. At least my raspberry bushes are getting little raspberries.
So I'm trying to dig a hole here. I'm sort of hitting the roots of this plant. Next day, I've been thinking about these stairs all night. I almost feel as though instead of the bottom step, I should have raised the ground level, maybe put in some tiles at the bottom. I don't know. But I feel like I'm too far into this project to change such big things. I don't know, this whole project is a mess. Despite the struggles, I did manage to ultimately level the stairs, so now I'm going back to laying the floor. I'm making sure all the planks are level by adding spacers in the right thicknesses. I'm making my own spacers with a little bit of wood, that way you can also make them thicker because these ones aren't thick enough. I'm making sure I keep them in the correct position. Then I'm going to turn this around and attach them. And after that I slap on a layer of this tar oil. news is the top part of this patio is in. I fixed the planks wherever I was able to fix them. This bit, this little extension, is actually solid, which I'm very surprised about. But I fixed it to the siding and I fixed it to the concrete as well. So that's good. So I'm going to continue with steps. Look at this. Isn't this the cutest? This project almost broke me, but it looks quite amazing. It's not quite finished yet. This middle thread just has a little bit of movement in it that I just couldn't find any fixing points to the concrete, to the original concrete step. I need to fix these planks back into the concrete as well. I need to get a different drill bit so I can actually get through all of the hard rocks in it. And there's also no support on this far end. I'd actually made this to go underneath here, but as it turns out, as I was making these steps, the dimensions ended up being ever so slightly different. But also I couldn't dig deep enough down here because of the roots of this plant being in the way. So I need to find another solution for that. For now it doesn't seem to cause any issues, luckily, but I do need to find a way to sort of create support on the end. So I extended it down here, and on that side as well. And I do have one small project which I'm going to get into right now. I'm going to make a little table right here. Getting all my tools out here, but the weather is going crazy again. I think this deck is a small miracle, but of course it's not finished without a little corner for a table and some storage. I extended this deck because I wanted it to be more useful and feel more charming. This back entrance is north facing and only gets some sunlight in the evening, so I want it to look light and spacious. I'm building a table wedged between the house and the climbing plants. And because I'm me, I'm not just hoisting up a few planks, I want it to look like a little feature. I'm making a curve to the top to give the plant space, and I'm adding slat details that relate back to the slats on the house and the slats I've incorporated into the interior. Watching this come together in a day is so satisfying and definitely my favorite part of the entire build. This little table is so cute. I really wish it got more sunlight so I could use it all the time.